As Pakistan's startup ecosystem grows, there's one critical factor that could make or break your venture, artificial intelligence. I am Ibrahim Malik, and today we are diving deep into why thinking AI first isn't just an option anymore. It is an absolute necessity for Pakistani startups. So, global AI market is booming, right? It's projected to grow from 214 billion in 2024, end of 2024, to over 1.3 trillion by 2030. So, and you can just imagine the growth. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, the generative AI market alone is expected to reach 921 million by 2030, close to a billion, right? So that is a staggering growth rate. But here's the real question. Are Pakistani startups prepared to tap into this opportunity? So every day, in my time at Iqra University, I met a lot of brilliant Pakistani entrepreneurs, and even today I hear their stories, their success stories, and many other young Pakistani entrepreneurs' story. They're ambitious, driven, and full of innovative ideas. I see amazing products being built, but here is a harsh reality. Globally, AI-powered startups are raising 3 times more funding and is scaling 5 times faster than traditional startups. So investors are looking for AI first businesses because they know AI is the engine of modern growth. So we are leaving money on the table by not integrating AI from day one, right? So the biggest venture capital firms, including Sequoia, A16Z, SoftBank, they're all prioritizing AI first companies. So if you're not leveraging AI, you are missing out on both funding and scalability. And it's not just about securing investment. AI-powered startups operate with a greater efficiency, automate repetitive tasks, and unlock insights that drive faster decision making. Uh, in short, AI isn't just an advantage, right? It's becoming the cost of entry into the modern startup ecosystem. As a technologist and with several leading industry certifications and about 30 years of experience, I can tell you that I've seen several disruption in my career. Starting out with Windows 95 way back in 1995 till today. AI, we have seen many technology come. We have seen their hype cycle. We have seen their growth. We have seen that the successful companies, early adopters, they dominate their niche once they get it, right? So with that mindset, if you were to compare what has happened in the last 30 years, I think this is the biggest transformation that I am witnessing, right? But and again, nothing compares to what is going on. We are at a pivotal moment where AI is no longer just an enhancement. It is the core foundation of success. Okay. Whether you are in e-commerce, in fintech, healthcare, education, or even agriculture, AI will determine your growth potential in the next 5 years. So Pakistani startups that embrace AI today won't just compete locally, they will scale globally, right? So let's look at 3 real world examples of how AI is transforming startups right here in Pakistan, right? I mean, think about e-commerce revolution. So a local e-commerce platform saw a 40% increase in sales after implementing an AI-powered recommendation engine. And there are several stories like that. I mean, you use the RAS, you know that they have been using recommendation engines, using machine learning for a really long time, right? There are fintechs in Pakistani banks. They've been using machine learning for fraud detection for a really long time. Some of these things are not really new, but the velocity behind this technology now is so immense that unless you need to jump the wave, right? So that's basically what I'm trying to underscore here. So whether you're in healthcare, right, from a telemedicine startup that is leveraging AI-powered diagnostics to, universities are now are deploying their own LLMs to start looking at some of the genetics sequencing as well. Potentially that one day when Pakistan has the compute power, the GPU farm, the infrastructure already built in, they can start working on gene sequencing as well, right? So that's the kind of a growth that you will have to be part of if you want to be successful, not only locally but globally, right? So the lesson here is AI is not just an enhancement, right? It's a growth multiplier. Your startup that any startup that integrates AI from day one are the ones that scale faster, secure more funding, and stay ahead of the competition, right? But what does AI first approach really mean? I mean, let's break that down, right? So start with data strategy. Before writing a single line of code, ask yourself, what data will drive my business? Okay. Whether it's customer behavior, financial transactions, or supply chain insights, your data strategy needs to be defined before product development even begins, right? So the reason is simple. AI thrives on quality data. Garbage in, garbage out, right? It's the same thing. So, and you need to build it as a scalable AI infrastructure. So many startups begin with a simple app or website that struggle with when they want to, implement AI later. So don't make that a mistake. Instead, build with with AI in mind, right? So use cloud-based AI services like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, so you don't have to put in a lot of there's no capital cost and you pay as you go, right? So you pay for what you use. That's one way of bootstrapping your startup, right? Design your databases to store structured and unstructured data efficiently. So that's another thing that you need to think about, right? You need to ensure that your tech stack supports machine learning models from the start, because yeah, you need to start looking at your data and making sense of it, right? Making predictions based on it, and upskill your team in AI fundamentals. I mean, you don't need to hire a PhD level data scientist, right? Because service providers like AWS, GCP, Azure, they make it really easy for an engineer to come in, a coder come in and start doing some of this work, right? But you do need your founding team that understands AI fundamentals. So they need to take courses. I mean, there's a lot of free courses also available, but if they want to, get certified, AWS and Azure certifications, IBM certifications are kind of leading right now. There are a lot of courses in Coursera, right? And invest in low code AI tools like AutoML or OpenAI's API, right? To integrate API into your startup without deep expertise. So start with what you can get off shelf, right? And train your developers in Python, TensorFlow or PyTorch, early on, because AI driven development is the future. So at this point, some of you might be thinking, right, AI sounds expensive and complicated. But here's the reality. The barrier to entry has never been lower. So cloud AI services let you experiment with AI for as little as few dollars a month, right? OpenAI source models allow you to integrate advanced capabilities without licensing fees. And automation through AI can actually reduce your startup costs by handling tasks that would otherwise require large teams. For example, AI-driven customer support chatbots, right, can support cost uh, by up to 80%, right? I mean, they can cut support costs by up to 80% if you make that available to your customer. Not only it reduces cost, it also improves their experience with your firm, right? So Now that we kind of understand why an AI first approach is critical, let's break it down into three actionable steps you can take today, right? Assess your AI readiness, right? Review your current tech stack. Ask yourself, am I collecting the right data? Can my infrastructure support AI workloads? Does my team have basic AI knowledge, right? And then choose the right technology. Start really small, because that is the smart way to start, right? Use AI powered analytics tools to make data driven decisions. Implement AI chatbots to automate customer interactions. Explore AI powered marketing tools to optimize and ad spend, right? And third, build a realistic AI roadmap. You don't need to do everything at once. Set clear phased approach. So, for example, phase one, automate simple tasks. For example, chatbots, AI analytics, right? Phase two could be introduce predictive AI, personalized recommendations, right? Phase three could be, build advanced AI-driven decision makings into your core products, right? So the global AI revolution is happening now, and Pakistani startups have a unique opportunity to lead, not just follow. By integrating AI at the core of your startup, you're not only future proofing your business, you're positioning yourself for global success. Next week, we'll dive deep into cloud computing strategies that won't break your bank, right? Because the right infrastructure is key to scaling your AI powered startup. So until then, my name is Ibrahim Malik, reminding you that in today's world, AI isn't just a feature, it's the foundation of the next generation of successful startups.